evening, and welcome to Sporlitiks, where sports and politics mix and mingle. I'm Stacey Johnson. Join me tonight is Keith, the constitutional conservative, Stephen, the independent thinker, Aguna, the voice of reason, if he shows up, and my cousin Todd. We have a packed show for you tonight. Oh my goodness, so much going on. On Friday, July 18th, 2025, Major League Baseball and the Philadelphia Phillies unveiled the official logo for the 2026 All-Star Game in Philadelphia. Interest will start accruing on August 1st for student loan borrowers on the SAVE plan, according to the Trump administration. Stephen and NASCAR, the Federal Reserve independence is at risk from Trump's pressure campaign. JP Morgan warned central banks with less independence from political influence face higher inflation risks. President Trump wants the Washington Commanders to use their previous name, the Redskins, and he wants the Cleveland Indians to use their name. ICE will get access to all Medicaid enrollees' personal information, as the immigration agency will use Medicaid to identify and locate people. Pacquiao's comeback falls short as Barrios retains the WBC welterweight title in the majority draw. Jill Biden, her aide, Dr. Jill Biden's aide, invoked her Fifth Amendment right to decline testimony in the Republican investigation of former President Joe Biden. Grading every player at the 2025 WNBA All-Star Game. We'll see a little snippet of that. And President Trump releases the files on Martin Luther King Jr.'s assassination against the wishes of his children. The NFL Players Association head Lloyd Howell Jr. steps down amid reports he expensed trips to strip clubs. But on a brighter note, they unveiled the 2024 Super Bowl champion Eagles ring that has wings on it. President Trump released an artificial intelligence fake video showing former President Obama getting arrested. And in golf, Scotty Scheffler studied Tiger Woods, then he stole his superpower. Those stories and more, if we can fit it in. First up, Stephen with NASCAR. Stephen, I have a video for you.
Great.
Let me get it. I have a lot of videos this week, so let me get this one for you. Where is it? I thought I had it. I don't have it. Why don't you start talking about it, and then I'll try.
Okay. Well, it was Dover, Delaware, the 1 mile track, and I love this race. It's a little bit smaller track than usual. The 1.5 mile tracks it's more of what they call a cookie cutter. This is great, and this is a Denny Hamlin kind of race, and he's great here. He started 13th, and I told some people that I love to help them make money. I said put a little sugar on Denny Hamlin, put a little something. Put some money on him. And I said, if nothing else, get him at the top three. I did both. Top three, win. Won big with Denny Hamlin. He dominated this race. It was a beautiful thing to see. It was a dramatic race all the way through. It was no controversies like it has been before at other races this year. It was a great race. Next week they're going to Indy, and look, we're way past the halfway point. We're getting ready to get into the playoffs, and they're going to Indy. This is a 1.5 mile, kind of a cookie cutter, and the same kind of people, maybe Denny Hamlin, Kyle Larson. You want to look at these guys, top 5, maybe top 3, maybe even for a win. And you just got to look in their history. It's a lot of fun. It's great. It's great when you win. It's so much fun when you can win. And Scotty Scheffler, you mentioned him earlier. I had him as well. Scotty Scheffler is the new Tiger. We're going to talk about him later, but it's so great. It's so easy because you're going to get plus money, which means you bet $1, you can win $3, $4 when you bet on them. It's nice. You know, we're betting nickels and dimes if you want to. You can bet $1 million, whatever you want to bet. But it's great. It's Indy race is going to be nice. The playoffs are going to start soon. And the guy that won the last 2 races has never raced in Dover, but he's really great at those other road course races. Shane Van Ginsberg, SVG. I didn't get his name exactly right. I still don't have it right. But it's SVG. And he's so great at those races. He wins every one of them. But he finished last this week, which you know brings him down a bit, down to earth. But still, you can't take nothing away from the way he can drive these cars on road courses. And it is a road course in the playoffs. So it's very interesting what's going to go on. And he can do a smaller track, like a half a mile track. I thought he was going to do better here. Something happened bad early to him. Not really sure. But he's somebody to watch. And he's very interesting. And in the future, when he gets everything else right, when he like Keith, when you have a fighter that can wrestle, when he learns how to punch, when he learns how to do different things that different fighters, different styles. Once he learns how to do this with different tracks, he's going to be unstoppable. He's going to be the face of NASCAR in the next couple years. Easy. The young guy, really smart, really good. And NASCAR is. I think it's taken off again. It's doing really well. So all of us are enjoying it. And plus, when you win and you got green in your bank, everything's beautiful. So it's been good for the last few weeks, and it's a lot of fun with racing. Did you find the clip, Stace?
I'm Ben Higgins in Coronado, standing just outside of Naval Air Station North Island, which is expected to be announced later this week as the site of San Diego's first ever NASCAR race.
Gorgeous day here in Northern California. Green flag is out.
Currently, the only California race on the NASCAR circuit is the annual stop up in Sonoma, but that's expected to change in 2026. Earlier this month, NASCAR announced the annual street race in Chicago is going on pause, and according to multiple reports, will be replaced by a race in San Diego. ABC 10 News has confirmed that the race will take place on Father's Day weekend next June on the base at North Island. Fans are awaiting more details, but clearly the venue will provide spectacular views of San Diego Bay, Point Loma, the Coronado Bay Bridge, and the San Diego skyline. Frank Marchese covers motorsports for radio station 97.3 The Fan.
It's a massive deal for racing fans to be able to have your premier sport, at least racing sport in the United States, come to your city. That is an absolutely massive deal, and something that NASCAR has been looking to try to do.
That's because NASCAR was to abandon Southern California on an annual basis when the Auto Club Speedway in Fontana closed in 2023. Marchese says a new race in San Diego could attract fans from LA, the Inland Empire, and beyond.
People from all over Southern California, Middle California, through Arizona, Las Vegas. There's a very good chance that people are going to come from far and wide to see this race.
Sounds like San Diego racing fans are about to shift into high gear. In Coronado, Ben Higgins, ABC 10 News.
Wow, that's news to me, Stacey, and I love it. I'm going to miss Chicago, and I hope they get back to Chicago. But Keith, I will come out there for the race. If you will come with the race for me, I'll get you a ticket. I'll get you a ticket. Come race with me, brother. We're going to have a blast, man. I love San Diego. San Diego is awesome, man. San Diego. I love San Diego.
I saw in the clip, I see where they got that takeover, those street takeovers, where they do the getting around and around the circle with their car. They do a lot of that over here in Los Angeles.
But that's great, man. People are getting killed doing that.
Yeah, I see where they got it from.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm gonna miss Chicago, but I love San Diego, and I'll go out there, man. I'm being in California not too long from now, and I'm gonna try to hook up to you out there when I get there. I've never met you, and I'd like to meet you, brother. It'd be good to see you. And if I can't do it this year, then next year when they have the race, let's go to the race, man. It's gonna be a lot of fun to be your first race. Man, it would be a blast, man. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. We got a whole year to plan, man. Let's do it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Stacy,
man.
you
Well,
can't let
thanks for
this
the
go on.
invitation.
Yeah, you don't have to love
Stacy,
racing, but
stop
you're
this.
gonna have a blast. It's nothing like
Stop
seeing it
this.
live.
This is
Thank you, Stephen.
disgusting. Next thing you know,
Uh,
they'll be making out right here on camera.
oh man,
Oh
can't
my
you just?
gosh.
Oh God,
Stop
you're
saying that,
so
Todd. He
obsessed.
told you to stop saying that. He is married. He doesn't like when you insinuate anything different.
I'm not
Stop it.
insinuating anything. This boy just
Todd,
begged him out for a date
You're
over and
so
over again, right in
is
front of
that
his
all?
wife.
That's all that's on your mind, Todd. You must be.
But Todd
Todd
can
must be.
only live on his fantasies because his reality sucks. And
Yeah,
I don't put him down for that. I
yeah,
don't put him his reality sucks. He has to have his fantasies. All right, that's cool, man. Have all your fantasies you
yeah.
want. Keith and I love each other like
Yeah,
brothers. That's all.
yeah,
That's it.
I know. I
It's
know.
brotherly love, man. It's brotherly love. It ain't nothing. It's not like Michael Jackson said, it's not sexual. It's not sexual.
All right, we're going to move on. And we're going to hear from Steven, our boxing expert.
All right.
Wait a minute. Let me go back. How come
Is
we
he
He
can't?
wearing
looks like a
swimming
Guna.
goggles?
That guy looks like a Guna. He looks like a Guna.
Okay.
Just get your thoughts. What did you think of the fight?
Very close fight. Very close fight.
Did you think
Might be a Guna's
fair,
brother.
or did you think somebody else won?
No, the is okay. The is okay for Bob Chan. Great fight. So
You fought Manny, and you fought Mario.
yeah.
But when you fought Manny, who's at the end of his career, you were his last fight. Are you surprised by how good Manny looked tonight?
Oh, yeah, money look good. So, well, he Chan, he warrior. So great fight. So they has great fight.
If you
I
had to
go to tell me it's low. I can't come.
if you had to say somebody won, if you had to pick, who would you say slightly edged the
No,
fight?
always I say 50-50.
50-50. You're Dennis, thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Where's he from, Steven? Where's he from? Where does he? What is
Was
his
it
national?
Philippines? Philippines.
Oh, okay.
No, he means that black guy.
Oh,
The
that
black
guy. I
guy.
don't know where he's from, man. I thought you were talking about Pacquiao.
So talk
Oh,
about that Pacquiao fight and how they said it was a draw, but it still remained whose advantage, Steven?
I believe Pacquiao should have won the fight. And, everything, boxing is always funky. You can't do anything about it. But I'll tell you one thing about Pacquiao. He's one of the best human beings that ever set foot on earth. He's a great guy. He's always has everybody else's a life in his heart. He tries to help everybody where he's from. He's a great guy. He's a great person. He's always done great things. And he's a hell of a fighter. And he's one of my favorite, best fighters in the whole world. And he's a man's man. He's a good guy. And he stands up for everybody. And his word is his honor, and he don't screw around with nothing. He's a great man. I love that dude. He's a great man, and everything he's ever done in his life that I've seen has been number one, tip top. That's a great man. Great man.
Okay. What did you think about the fight? He didn't win that fight. That was a draw.
Right. He did not. He did not win. It was a decision.
And
Right.
the
He did not
decision
win.
went to Barrio.
Right. He didn't win. It was a decision. He's a lot older now, and a lot of people are biased with older fighters, and they'll just take points away just because of their age. He's an older guy. He's past his prime, and they'll give it to somebody who's still relevant. And it's all about money. If you're still relevant, you still make money for boxing. Then you might get the decision. It's all about decision. It doesn't mean who actually really won. And it's cool. It's cool. I'm glad he got some money. I'm glad he got it. And the thing he does, he helps his people in his town. He helps people in his country. He helps everybody do better with their life. He's not just concerned about himself. He passes it all around. He always has. He's a really good human being. And although they took the win away from him, which I'm biased because I like him a lot, but I still think he won, even though they didn't give him the win, and I think they should have. I'm glad. I'm happy for him, and I hope he doesn't fight anymore because you can't take so many hits to your head. And I'd like for him just to retire and stay in politics, do what he does, and just help his community the way he's been doing, because the world is a better place with him in it.
All right. Thank you. Let's go to the next story. And this is for you, Stephen.
President Trump saying over the weekend that he wants the Washington Commanders to switch their name back to the Washington Redskins.
Yeah, we have heard this before from the president, but now he's threatening to kill the deal that would bring the team back to playing in D.C. if owners don't rename the team. This as the stadium still faces a number of hurdles.
Well, just last week, the exclusive negotiation period between D.C. and the Commanders, that expired. The council still has to vote on the terms of the deal. It's unclear if that deadline has been extended. 7 News is on your side with team coverage of these developments.
Yeah, John Rogers standing by at the alert desk with more on what you're saying about the president's comments. But let's start things with John Gonzalez, who's live near RFK. So, John, we are still working to hear from D.C. leaders and the Commanders about the president's demands.
Dictator much?
Could really create some distractions in Ashburn, Virginia this week, where the Washington Commanders training camp gets underway. Veterans will report tomorrow. Well, on Sunday on Truth Social, President Donald Trump made it very clear he wants this team to revert back to their original name, and he didn't stop there. Threatening to hold up plans for a new Commander Stadium here.
Are you kidding me?
Unless the name is changed. Now, the team rebranded as Commanders in 2022 following years of criticism from Native American groups and others who call the original name offensive. Trump claims, quote, massive numbers of Native Americans support the Redskins name, though major tribal organizations have consistently opposed it through the years. A number of fans took to social media Sunday night excited to hear of a possibility that this name could be coming back, but superfan Ted Abella, Tailgate Ted, has a different opinion.
Doesn't he have anything better to do?
No.
It's kind of hard not to, especially living in this town. But being realistic, we have litigated and gone over this topic hundreds of times now. Who are we as people to tell others that that should not offend you, right? The name is gone. Josh Harris has said it himself that the name Commanders means something now, right? Let's move on.
The who?
You're a dictator.
The $6 billion franchise now owned by a group led by Josh Harris.
The dictator stole the name.
Has long eyed a return here to D.C. to the old RFK site. Well, they have yet to respond on this ultimatum by the president. And of course, the stadium deal is still in the early stages, and now it becomes more political than ever. Reporting live in Northeast Washington, John Gonzalez, 7.
Okay.
Ask the question, Stacey.
Right on. The dictator stole the name. They stole the name from the Redskins because a drug addict had died from a drug overdose. So they had to steal the name of the Redskins. 99% of Native Americans appreciate the name Redskins. The same way black people do today. They call each other the N-word, and they mean it affectionately. The Indians called themselves Redskins way back in the day as an affectionate term. It's not for you, Todd, to be offended by the name Redskin. If the Native American Indian Redskins are not offended, then what right do you have to be offended? You are the dick. You are the dictator. You are the dictator that took that name from them. You took that name from them. You're the dictator, right? You're the dictator. That's not
over and over and over and over and over and over and over.
You're a dictator.
You dictate. You dictate. Todd, you're dictator. Todd, you're dictator. You're crazy.
Thank you for. I was tired of saying it.
Okay, thank you, Stephen. Cousin Todd.
So now, why is Trump involving himself in a settled matter? It's a settled matter. The matter has been settled. This is dictator behavior. He thinks, as president, he's going to go in and open up a can of worms. And you know what? Mind your business, you criminal. Why are you interested in politicizing this? So this is what dictators do. As if he doesn't have enough to do with his time. He said, as soon as I get in office on the first day, I'm going to stop that war between Russia.
He stopped 3 wars. He stopped 3 wars.
Okay, stop. Steven, you have to let him finish. He let you
He
finish.
talked when I talked.
No, he didn't.
You
Yes,
would
he
not
did.
Said
stop
it at the end.
talking.
Yes, he did.
At
Anyway,
the end, Steven.
he said he would stop the war between Russia and Ukraine on day one. He did not. Then he inserted himself into Israel and warred against the Arabs. Why is he doing that? Bombing. The man is a warmonger. He says one thing and does another, just like the Epstein files. He stirred this thing up because the Democrats are perverts, and we're going to get the files, and we're going to. Okay, where's the files? He said, leave it alone. Move on. Nothing to see here. And idiots like Stephen and Keith say, he said, move on after years of building this conspiracy theory about the pizza place and Hillary Clinton and all the sex toys she's gotten. This. All right, let's see the files now.
Huh?
Trump said, forget it. Stop asking me about the
Okay,
files.
Todd, you're going on. You have to stop. You can't talk the whole show.
Yes,
You're
I
going on
can.
to talk
Yes, I
about
can.
politics, and we're still on sports. Sorry, you have to stop.
I was talking about Trump and what
Okay,
a
let's talk
contradiction
about
he
Trump
is.
He was
and
talking about what Whoopi told him
Washington
to say.
NFL team and the Cleveland baseball
Talk
team. That's
about
what you need to
what
talk about.
Whoopi told him to say. What are you
That's
talking
all
about?
you do is repeat what Whoopi said. All we got to do is watch Whoopi. We hear every word that comes out of your mouth.
No, Whoopi Goldberg didn't say what I'm saying.
Whoopi Goldberg. How do you know? Because you watch her every day. She's a big influence
How
on
do
you.
you know what I watch
Because you
every
don't
day?
work. You stay home and watch Whoopi Goldberg and soap operas.
Soap operas.
That's why you're so emotional.
I'm emotional. You are. Ain't that crazy?
I'm
That's like.
passionate. I'm
That's,
passionate. You're emotional.
look. Okay, you see how you twist the words? This is what Republicans are now. They're a contradiction walking. That's like
Hey,
Donald Trump.
I think Keith wants to
That's
talk. I
like
think Keith has put
that's
his
like
hand up.
Donald Trump calling Hillary Clinton crooked Hillary.
She is
Donald
crooked as
Trump
hell.
is calling somebody
She
crooked.
is crooked. When she dies, they're
Donald
gonna have to
Trump
screw her
Okay,
into the
is
ground.
calling
excuse
Ted
me.
Cruz lying Ted.
Excuse me. I have a
Donald Trump is
comment.
calling somebody a liar.
We got a
Okay, stop.
comment,
Stop.
Todd.
Stop. I have a comment, and then Keith wants to go. The comment is, when does Stephen talk for Native Americans? And Chrissy says, look up the history of the word. All right, Keith.
Oh, wait a minute. They said, when did Steve? Let me answer that. When
No, not
when
right
most
now.
of them
Not
vote
right
to go
now.
back to the game, when
Not right now.
most of the Redskins.
Okay, go ahead, Keith. And then
You said Steven.
no, Keith, and then Stephen.
Well, Stephen, I'll just say this. The name was co-opted. The name was stolen away and made Commanders. It was never originally Commanders. You know, it was the Redskins. And the Redskins is an appropriate name. And probably, I don't know for sure, but I'm going to look this up. I'm going to check it out
Oh,
to
good.
see if
Good.
Native Americans, I want to see if the majority,
Uh-huh.
not the leadership, not the
Uh-huh.
so-called leaders of the tribe, I'm talking about
Oh. Oh,
not the
so you
leaders
don't
of the
respect Donald
tribes,
Trump.
but
He's
I'm
your
talking about the
leader.
people.
Todd,
I'm talking
stop
about
and
the
let him
people.
talk.
I'm talking about the people, the Native
How
American
would you
people,
know
not
what
the
the
leaders
people
of the
Oh my
tribe.
God.
See, the leaders are the ones that co-opted and try to speak for everybody else. They do the same thing with blacks. They do the same thing with whites. They do the same thing with other native
What whites? Who
Hispanics,
speaks for whites? Who speaks
the
for whites?
liberals, the
What leader is
progressives, the
I thought
progressives.
Donald Trump speaks for whites. He's the
Okay,
president of the
excuse me.
United States.
Todd, stop.
Well,
Just stop, Todd.
Oh,
Oh,
look at
yeah,
Stacy. Look at Stacy. She
okay,
won't
Donald
do
Stephen.
Trump is
Stephen like
one
that.
part.
Stephen, please
I
put
have
your light
told
on
you on
and
this
make your
show
comment.
for
Put your
years.
light on. Put your light
Yes,
on
I'm
I
and
have
done.
make your
told
comment.
you for years that things are going to go back to normal, and the Redskins are going to get
Yes.
their name back, and things are going to go back to normal, and there's going to be male and female. We're not going to have a whole alphabet to identify different people anymore because things are going back to normal, Todd. I know you don't want that. I know you want to be LGBTQPS XYZ El Taco. I know you want to be all of that, but that's all gone. everything's going back to normal life again, where normal people can have a normal life. I was like, oh, I'm binary. What the hell is binary? What are you telling me I'm binary? Who are you describing me? I'm a man. I'm a man. Keith is a man. Stacey's a woman. And you're whatever the hell you are. So, everybody, we love everybody. They can be whatever they want to be. But everything's going back to normal. And the Redskins are going back to normal. And the Cleveland Indians are going back to the Indians. Because all of that was garbage just because the woke took over this country. They burned down this country. They killed cops. They took over police departments.
You got to stop. We're running out of time. We're almost halfway through the show, and I haven't addressed all the areas that I want to address.
But there's got to be a rebuttal for both of them. And the rebuttal is simply this. White people came up with these names. I'm going to give you a list of names that white people came up with. You ready? Keith, you are a coon. I didn't say that. White people said that. You're Uncle Tom, you're a coon, you're a nigger. White people came up with those words, not me. Those, also they came up with spics, that would be Puerto Rican, Mexican, Spanish, that they called them spics.
That's because black people aren't smart enough to come up with names, I guess. I guess black people aren't smart enough to come up with sassy names.
What, Stacey, you have to mute him so I can finish. There's also wetbacks, gooks. These are all names white people came up with. Redskins. These are all names white people came up with for you. Kikes. Can you understand what I just said? These are all names white people came up with to label you as a coon, as a nigger, as a kike, as a redskin, as a wetback, as a
white people played football before anybody else.
Excuse me.
They invented
a comment said, Christy said, thank you, Uncle Todd.
No, you're welcome.
Well, it's Cousin Todd, actually, Christy, not Uncle Todd.
Yeah. Hey, Christy, who invented football, Christy? Were they
right,
Native Americans? Were they
I'm
black?
going to move on.
What difference does that make?
Who invented football?
Who invented? So they have the right to call you a nigger. And
who invented basketball? If you want to get down to brass tacks.
Okay, thank you. I got to move on.
Stars made a statement over the weekend in Indianapolis wearing these shirts. They read, "Pay us what you owe us." It came amid the latest round of collective bargaining negotiations. Players didn't think a recent meeting produced enough progress with a late October deadline looming. Caitlin Clark says it was powerful seeing so many of her fellow players together.
For myself, that was the best part of it, being in the room, and there's over 40 other players in this league, and I'm sure...
And no one was beating the crap out of her. That was refreshing.
I think that's the most powerful thing, is all the girls from across the league just being in that room together.
If a contract deal isn't reached by October, some players, including All-Star Angel Reese, have mentioned they might walk out.
Bye. Goodbye, Felicia.
Everybody's after that mighty dollar.
Goodbye,
Everybody
Felicia.
wants more money.
They don't bring in enough money to make a lot more money just yet. Caitlin Clark was trying to help them, but they beat the crap out of her. And people like me who love sports, we were like, we're not going to watch WNBA now.
Chris C said, oh. So I'm going to move on. Please watch the screen. We're running out of time that quickly. The Phillies. Go Phils.
Behind you, cheering you on. How much
pressure are you feeling? A little bit. I think a little bit's there, but, this is all fun. The boys are having fun with it and, just hoping to get enough to set Pete up.
Kyle, thanks. Good luck.
This guy's been hitting big home runs his whole career. You go back to the 5 home runs he hit as a rookie for the Cubs in the postseason. Hey, Tarek Skubal, he finished a long time ago, but he had to come back out to watch some street clothes.
This is like in basketball. You know how you shoot free throws with your teammates there, and then you get a technical and you shoot without anybody there? Hitting right here is the same thing. There's no outfielders. It's just you and the pitcher trying to launch one early to get within one.
40,000 eyes all burning holes through you. Schwarber
in the air to center field, headed towards the wall, and to dead center.
That's huge for the National League.
They're within one. So there you go. He said if he could get it on his first swing, and he did. Oh, Schwarber's in the All-Star game. Oh, tied at 3.
That's MVP material if he gets a third one right here.
This guy, if he stopped playing, he'll be a softball superstar. Pretty darn good baseball superstar. AL rallied in the game. NL has rallied in the swing. With the hat trick. Look out, Chop House. National League takes the lead 4-3.
Unbelievable.
Three for 3 for Kyle Schwarber.
I mean, he went down to a knee after this one.
That was spectacular. The last one was on his knee.
Hey, Steven, what's with that barrier? Why do they have that barrier?
Because it's an all-star batting thing.
You're ever going to see.
It's not a real game. It's just for home runs.
Score it either.
What if it's a left-hand
pitcher? Got to put it somewhere in the official scoreboard.
I guess they change it up. But you know what, Keith? I think they should always have that because nobody wants a ball coming at them 100 miles an hour. They don't even have a hard helmet on.
We're not 100 miles an hour.
I think it's barbaric to have a pitcher out there that can take a ball right to the head.
National League wins thanks to the Philadelphia Phillies. Kyle Schwarber.
That's right.
National League after watching a 6-0 lead disappear in the game.
That was very impressive, Stacey. Very impressive.
The Major League Baseball All-Star Game will take place in Philadelphia. This is very exciting for Philadelphia. This is very exciting for Major League Baseball. This is very exciting for Philadelphia Phillies. Go Phils. Kyle Schwarber brought it home, made it so the National League beat the American League. Todd, there are 2 leagues in Major League Baseball. 2 leagues, Todd. And I know you don't know, Cousin Todd. There are 2 leagues in Major League Baseball.
Duh. He thinks there's 10 leagues, like there's 10 different sexes. LGBTQPOUZXYZ plus I.
Why is he so consumed with gay people?
Then why do you not know there are 2?
I've never seen anything like
It's a man and a woman, baby. It's a man and a woman.
And are obsessed with gay people.
Because you shoved it down our throats for so long, we almost gagged to death. You shoved it down our throats forever. We're tired of it. And we're putting it back on you now, Todd. We don't have a pronouns. We got adjectives and nouns. We don't have pronouns. We just have nouns. We're so tired of your garbage, man. That's why y'all are way down now. Democrat Party is like at 10.
Toy, letting him go on and on.
Done. You're done, man. We're so tired of your wokeness.
All right, let me move on.
Yeah.
We had to put you to sleep.
It's like Stacey wants to see where he's going to go. Say something funny so I can put you on TikTok.
All right, Todd. This is for you. This one is for you.
In 1969, Arthur Ashe, Donald Dell, and John Harris had a vision to bring pro tennis to Washington, D.C. in a public park. Over the years, the tournament has hosted some of the greatest athletes in the sport, thrilling fans, bringing families together, and touching the lives of kids in our community for generations. In recent years, the tournament and its fan experience has been elevated to new heights, leading to sold-out crowds every day and night. And now, for the first time anywhere, a combined ATP and WTA 500 event comes to life. Announcing the new Mubadala City DC Open.
Cousin Todd, I think your sister, the doctor, the medical board certified medical doctor, said that Venus was playing because Serena retired. So Venus is playing in this tournament in DC.
Okay.
No comment.
No, what I wanted to comment on the bigger picture of they was they were talking about how it's sold out crowds, and they were also talking about how this tennis has been going on for generations. And actually, tennis has been going on for a long time, but people weren't interested in tennis, just like people weren't interested in women's sports, period, particularly basketball. But until there was two girls that came along, Venus and Serena, and they turned tennis on its head. Prior to that, you had I can't remember her name. She was a black woman. Her name just escaped me.
Rosa Parks.
But she was a tennis player, but
Althea
she
Gibson?
didn't. Althea, but she didn't bring the crowds like Serena and Venus. Althea was a great tennis player, but Venus and Serena turned the game on its head, and then the crowds start coming out for Venus and Serena, just the same way Tiger Woods did for golf. Whenever black people take over a sport, the world gets interested.
Well, how do you explain Caitlyn? Because WNBA didn't have anybody fans. They didn't have no fans till Caitlyn Clark got there, and
Just
she's
a
a
minute.
white girl,
Wait,
and she's a white girl.
Caitlyn Jenner is
You
a man
you
who
have to
turned
eat
into
your
a
hat now.
woman.
Whatever
What
that
are you
is that a
talking about?
hat or is that a rag?
Caitlyn
Whatever's on
Jenner.
your head, you have to eat it
Caitlyn
now.
Jenner. You
Because this
claim is a
white girl
man
came into a
who's
black sport and kicked their
Steven,
asses.
that's you can make your statement, but you can't keep going because
Yeah,
I'm running
that's
out
what
of
he
All
time.
right,
does. That's
Stacey,
what he
that's
does.
Make
cool.
your statement and then let him make
I
a
think
statement.
my light's dying, Stacey.
Caitlyn Jenner is a male who turned into a female, and you claim you and Keith don't like that. And so now all of a sudden you're bragging on Caitlyn
You know
Jenner.
what? He
This
could
is
probably go in there and
amazing.
beat
No,
most of
he
the
didn't say
women in their
Caitlyn Jenner.
sports.
Cousin Todd, he didn't say Caitlyn Jenner. He said Caitlin Clark of the
He
WNBA.
knows. There we go. Yeah, he knows. He's being funny. He's being as funny as he can be, and he's cute as a button.
And Caitlin Clark is a woman, actually, a real woman.
All right, let me move on.
Oh.
Todd.
Yeah, but if Caitlyn Jenner wanted to get into women's sports, I bet you he would dominate,
breaking news
or
and
she would
top
dominate.
stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.
Oh.
Donald Trump went silent today all
I
day
don't want to do that.
about the scandal.
A wave of disappointment. One of President Donald Trump's most loyal voting blocs, Cuban and Venezuelan immigrants. Now speaking out in Miami, a Republican stronghold, as the recent wave of deportations hits home and the Trump administration moved to end temporary legal status, or TPS, for more than 500,000 people who arrived during the Biden administration. Elena Conde says she came here from Cuba on humanitarian parole in 2023. Her husband, Ariel Lara, crossed the border with Mexico twice, once in 2019 when he was detained and deported, and then again in 2022. 6 weeks ago, he was taken into custody at his residency hearing.
So he was given an appointment to go to ICE. You told him before he left for that appointment, you don't have anything to worry about. You haven't done anything.
Instead, he was transferred to Texas, where we spoke to him from his detention center.
Ariel, ¿qué piensas sobre lo que está pasando ahora en este país, en este momento con respecto a las deportaciones? How do you feel about everything that's happening right now in this country with the deportations? You don't understand how this could happen. ¿Qué pensaba que iba a pasar cuando ganó Trump? What did you think was going to happen when Trump won? You're saying you believed the president when he said he was going to deport criminals.
Now, Elena is left behind with her daughter, 7-month-old son, and Ariel's 70-year-old grandmother, who has been a U.S. citizen for years. Together, facing a reality they never imagined.
Toda mi familia votó por Trump. Your whole family voted for Trump. Lo apoyaba a Trump durante su campaña.
Are they illegal?
Are
they illegal?
You're outside of it. You can't vote. Pero te sientes decepcionada. Do you feel disappointed, deceived, engañada? Me siento mal porque sé que ellos creían en él. You feel bad because you knew the rest of them believed in him.
It's a concern Democratic strategists are capitalizing on, with billboards like these calling Republican lawmakers traitors. Still, here in Florida, Trump won almost 70% of the Cuban American vote in 2024, along with 61% of Doral, home to the largest Venezuelan American population in the U.S.
They used us.
Adelis Ferro is the co-founder and executive director of the Venezuelan American Caucus.
How is the Venezuelan community feeling right now, especially in the context of these deportations?
Desperate, terrified. There are people with mental health issues. There are people with panic attacks.
We don't want mental health
anxiety
issues in this country.
They'd rather to die than go back to Venezuela, and then
People
we
are
have to
talking
stop.
about taking
I
their
have
lives
those messages
because the situation
because
here
of the situation. They rather
so
to
bad with
take their own
deportation.
lives, yes, than go back to Venezuela.
The ripple effects affecting families and businesses. This Venezuelan business owner, who asked us not to use his name to protect his business and fellow owners, said the political instability has led to a 20% drop in revenue.
It's affected your clients as well as the people who work here.
Sí, claro. Entiendo que hay mucha gente que ha invertido, tiene negocio.
A lot of people have already invested in businesses here and they've stopped because they just don't know what the future brings.
Still, experts say the current turmoil may not hurt the Republican Party.
All this stuff done in the first 200 days of the administration. They have a long road ahead before the midterms.
Do you think that Trump will pay a political price?
I'm not sure that Trump or the Republican Party as an institution is going to suffer a great deal unless the Democrats can muster an opposition that is a compelling vision as to how things could be done differently.
Morgan Radford, NBC News.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on.
Okay. We had a comment from one of our viewers. Chris C said they get what they voted for.
Yep. That's exactly right. That's what we wanted. We got what we voted for. That's what we want, results. These people came through when the Joe Biden administration, 20, 30 million people came into our country unvetted. That means we have all of their diseases. We have all of their insane people. We have all of their bad people. Stacey, he's starting when I first start to talk. So shut him the hell up like you did me. You shut me the hell up. Shut him up. So what they do is they're bringing all these people in to destroy this country. That's what the Democrat Party did. Everybody on this show should be pissed off that that's what they did. This is our country. They brought people like, what are they? They got the worst diseases. They didn't check them for diseases. We came through New York. Everybody came through New York to get here back in the day. We all came through here except whoever else. We came through here and we got checked for disease. If we had diseases, they kicked our asses back where we came from. None of these people were checked out for that. None of these people were checked to see if they were criminals. None of these people checked out to see if they were insane. None of these people did. And you people on this show, Keith, I always have to say, not you, Keith, but you people on this show think it's valid to let these people into our country because you think it's going to make something better. It doesn't make anything better. Y'all are just brainwashed. Y'all are brainwashed communists that are against your country. And eventually, everybody knows everything you've said, and everybody that's a communist that is going to be in prison because they're going against the Constitution. Just be careful. That's all I'm saying.
So
Be careful.
Christy says, can we vote Stephen out too?
No.
Who's Christy?
I don't know. I said Christy.
I think Christy is probably Nas.
And it says
he changed his name every day every week on the show. He's probably wearing a dress. Nas has probably put a dress on.
Stop talking. And then
he's got two coconuts up here.
Chris C says
he thinks he's a woman.
Stephen too. All right, I'm going to move on.
I don't know what you said, Stacey, because he kept talking over you, dum.
Okay, I'm going to move on.
You either love the country or you hate it. That's the bottom line. You either love it or you hate it.
And you never rebut him, and he's got people
but
thinking
it's the truth. You can't let 20, 30 million people in your country unvetted. That's the way you destroy a country. That's the way you destroy a country. And you support it, Todd, because you ain't got it here.
Breaking news. We did just get this post in here from Fox News. As we're learning right now,
Former aide to former First Lady Jill Biden has pleaded the fifth during a House deposition on former President Biden's mental competency. Here's what we're learning as of right now. A top aide to former First Lady Jill Biden refused to answer GOP investigators' questions today as the House Oversight Committee probes whether senior ex-White House aides covered up signs of former President Joe Biden's mental decline. Anthony Bernal, former assistant to the president and senior advisor to the First Lady, was compelled for a July 16th closed-door deposition after missing a previously agreed-upon interview date late last month. A source told Fox News Digital that Bernal apparently pleaded the Fifth Amendment to the questions asked by House staffers. House Oversight Committee Chair James Comer is investigating allegations that Biden's former top White House aides covered up signs of his mental and physical decline while in office, and whether any executive actions were commissioned via AutoPen without the president's full knowledge. Biden allies have pushed back against those claims. We also did hear from President Biden in an interview with the New York Times on Thursday. He affirmed that he, quote, made every decision on his own. Bernal was originally slated to appear last month for a voluntary transcribed interview, but he and his lawyers backtracked after the Trump administration announced it was waiving executive privilege rights for him and several other former White House staffers. He's now the second former Biden administration staffer to invoke the Fifth Amendment after ex-White House physician Kevin O'Connor did so last week. O'Connor's deposition lasted less than 30 minutes, with the doctor refusing to answer any questions after his name. But O'Connor's lawyers argued at the time that it was not an admission of guilt. Rather, they were concerned the scope of the committee's questioning could force him to violate patient-doctor confidentiality, risking his standing as a physician. A House Oversight Committee aide pushed back, saying, quote, doctor-patient objection would have meant he would have stayed and answered questions that didn't implicate such privilege. Instead, he took the Fifth to all and any potential questions. Two other former Biden White House staffers appeared for voluntary transcribed interviews already.
Okay. Cousin Todd, did you want to comment on President Biden's mental decline investigation? You muted yourself. You have to unmute yourself.
They should have taken the Fifth because doctor-patient privilege is a right, and so no, he shouldn't break that to delve into nonsense when Donald Trump thinks Barack Obama is still president.
Speaking of which, let me share this video.
And this next story are reminders that if any other president did this in the past, it'd be a huge deal, but now barely that big of a deal. So over the weekend, former President Trump shared a fake AI-generated video on social media showing former President Barack Obama being arrested.
Disgraceful.
The video, originally posted on TikTok, depicts FBI agents handcuffing Obama while Trump looks on and smiles. The post comes after the director of national intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, accused the Obama administration of a treasonous conspiracy to undermine Trump's 2016 election win. Gabbard released over 100 pages of documents alleging attempts to suppress intelligence and promote claims of Russian interference. She's now calling for federal investigations and prosecutions, here warning in her words that democracy is at stake. Democrats have dismissed her claims as baseless and politically motivated. Now, remember that for years, presidents refused to even criticize their successors. But now you got one posting a video of him being arrested. Critics say
beyond outrageous.
Controversies surrounding Trump, including his alleged ties to Jeffrey Epstein. President Obama's office has not commented on the video or the allegations.
And in the campaigning, Democrats would say that Trump was a threat to democracy.
Yes, they did, and continue to say that.
No, it's President Obama. President Hussein Obama is a bad man.
That was embarrassing, to say the least, and completely unpresidential. And this kind of behavior only Donald Trump would do that, and only poor white trash thinks it's humorous. I didn't like it when Bush was president, Bush the second president, Bush Jr. was president, and somebody in the audience threw their shoes at Bush. I thought
That
that
was in
was
a different country.
disgraceful.
That was in a different
Shut
country.
up. I thought that was disgraceful and completely disrespectful. And I thought that person should have been thrown in jail. How
We
dare
couldn't do it.
they? And so,
It was in
but
Dubai or somewhere.
can you shut up?
I was just trying to keep you accurate. It wasn't in America.
Oh my gosh, as if I need your help for anything.
You do need my help for
So
everything.
now Stacy is saying nothing, but when I talk, she says, Todd, I can't. So anyway, the point I'm making is Trump is allowed to get away with all of this kind of sick behavior, and it is disgusting. And the thing is, Stephen and Keith know that it is.
Look what Stephen put on. You have on a hat, and Stephen puts on a hat, and he always puts on a hat similar to yours.
Well, he's
And I'm wearing a black tank top because he's wearing a white one. He's wearing a wife beater.
Yeah,
I'm
but
wearing a girlfriend beater. He's wearing a wife beater.
but look at your body and look at mine.
I know. You just need to hit the gym, brother.
Are
You
you
need to hit
high?
the gym before you start to
Stand
get
up.
old, man.
No, look at me and look at
yeah,
you.
I know.
Steven,
You had
I
breast
didn't know.
implants. You had breast implants. I know.
I didn't know you were Muslim, Steven.
So anyway, the point is this. The point I'm making is Stephen and Keith both know
We
that
saw
what
your
Trump
points when you
did.
stood up, Todd.
My what?
Your points.
I don't know what that is.
Your nipples.
Oh. So anyways, Keith and Stephen both know that Trump was ridiculous to put that AI video out. And
That's so funny.
no other president would do that except
Right. That's what makes him so cool, man.
And so anyway, it was disrespectful, and he brings the presidency down. And he's an embarrassment to America. Nevertheless,
I'm out of time next.
that's just one of the things you said you were going to play. The other is how he's using all of these things to cover up the Epstein
Okay, I'm going
files.
to play that now, Todd, cousin Todd. But there's first things first. If you can let me play it.
The Trump administration releasing more than 230,000 pages of records related to the assassination of civil rights icon Martin Luther King Jr. Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard saying we are ensuring that no stone is left unturned in our mission to deliver complete transparency on this pivotal and tragic event in our nation's history. But King's children strongly opposed the release, saying in a statement, we ask those who engage with the release of these files to do so with empathy, restraint, and respect for our family's continuing grief. Daughter Bernice King later posting, now, do the Epstein files. While the White House is touting the release of the King files, they still are not releasing the full files on convictions. Reverend Al Sharpton accusing the administration of trying to change the subject.
You want these files, 250,000 files from 57 years ago, but you can't release the files of right now with Epstein just a few years ago. So is this a distraction?
This morning, in an unusual move, Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche now says he plans to meet with Epstein's convicted associate, Ghislaine Maxwell, in the coming days, amid growing calls for her to testify about their relationship. In a statement, Blanche saying if Ghislaine Maxwell has information about anyone who has committed crimes against victims, the FBI and the DOJ will hear what she has to say. It comes as the president has ordered the Justice Department to ask the courts to release grand jury testimony in the Epstein case, but has stopped short of directing DOJ to release the full files as promised. Why hasn't the president just ordered the FBI to release the full Epstein files? Just get it?
president has said if the Department of Justice and the FBI want to move forward with releasing any further credible evidence, they should do so. As to why they have or have not or will, you should ask the FBI
But does
about
he
that.
still anticipate releasing more information, Caroline?
It's up to the Attorney General.
Even Speaker Johnson has said they should now. But now he says he won't call for a vote anytime soon on a resolution the files be released.
My belief is we need the administration to have the space to do what it is doing. And if further congressional action is necessary or appropriate, then we'll look at that.
Now, the DOJ's request to release the Epstein grand jury testimony is still making its way through the courts, a process that could take months. Meanwhile, we've learned that this request will go before a federal judge who sparked fierce backlash from Republicans back in February when he limited DOJ's access to sensitive Treasury Department records. Robin.
Far from over. All right.
Okay, Keith. I'm going to start with Keith because he hadn't talked about this. Should they release the MLK Jr. assassination records? His two remaining children that are alive don't want them. They're still grieving their father and how he passed.
Well, I'm not really paying attention to all that.
Wait, hold it. We can't hear him.
You're breaking up, and we can hardly hear you.
Wait,
Keith,
you got to
you're
get your
breaking up.
microphone.
You're breaking up, Keith.
Okay, well, I don't know. It's not important to me, that story. Sorry.
Okay, it's
Stephen?
not important, I think he said, but we can't hear you, so
Stephen?
get your microphone together while we go into somebody else, because we'll come back to you with a follow-up, because this is a black man we're talking about, and you should be concerned about it. Go on, Stephen. You're on mute, Stephen. You're on mute.
What I was just put on mute.
No, ma'am.
Can y'all hear me? I wasn't on
Yes.
mute. I was just put on mute. I didn't put myself on mute. What I don't understand is why the
You
family.
were not on just then. You were not on.
All right, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. What matters is what I'm getting ready to say.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't
What
matter.
matters is what I'm getting ready to say.
Yeah, he was wrong.
Why would his family not want everything to be exposed? Why would they want this? Why would they not want everything to come out? I don't understand. Maybe they know what's on there and they don't want to know, because I don't get it. If it's my dad and he was murdered and they say put all the information out there, I'm just me as a human being, and Stacey as a human being, Todd and Keith, I imagine all of y'all would say, if you have more information about something or some people who killed my dad, I want to know what it is. Let me know. So for the kids to say they don't want to know, maybe they know. I don't know. I'm not casting aspersions on them. Their father was killed. I'm not beating them down, but what I'm saying, just me on a logical thought, Todd. I know that's insane to you, but a logical thought is, why would their kids not want to have more information, or more of an enlightenment on information that we could know more about this case? Why would they want to not know? Because maybe they do know, and maybe they don't want you to know. That's all I can think. I don't know why. Thank you, Stacey.
Keith, we'll try with you again, see if we can hear you clearly. Keith, go ahead.
No, I said that, look, the
He's
Martin
in.
Luther King, that sort of situation, Epstein,
No, just
all
Martin
of that
Luther
stuff,
King.
to me,
Just
that
Martin
it
Luther
doesn't
King.
really affect my life. It doesn't affect the lives of the American people. If it does, then bring it out. But I don't know how that's going to really make things better for the Americans. I don't know. So,
I agree with you, Keith. I agree with you, Keith. It just, all of that is just almost a sideline to what the big things that are going on in our lives. I agree, Keith.
You went, Stephen. Cousin Todd.
Okay. Yeah. This was a distraction to Martin Luther King's people said, don't put that out. Period. Why did he want to put it out so bad? When the public wants to know, and he wanted to know about Epstein before he became president. Oh, but Stacey, you don't have any clips of him saying he wants the Epstein files released. And he wants the list of names released. This is what he was saying for years, which got people like Keith and Stephen all into this conspiracy theory. Hillary Clinton's in there, Bill Clinton's in there, all these Democrats. And so we're saying release it so we can see all these crooked Democrats who are pedophiles and whatnot. Release it. And now Trump is saying, I'm not going to. Shut up and move on.
So Todd,
Why is
Todd, I
that?
actually agree with Todd. I actually agree with you on something. I'll tell you why. Because I'm saying, why was it that the Epstein files, they were all hot on the trail, then all of a sudden they said, "Oh, there's nothing there. We're not going to release it," and now they're going on Martin
Exactly.
Luther King thing. I don't understand that. So
Well,
I'm
that's
with you.
the.
I don't
I'll tell
understand.
you why. That's a bait and switch for dumb people. Let me give an example. Stephen said Trump thinks we're stupid because Trump said I could shoot somebody in the middle of Fifth Avenue
I didn't.
and not lose one voter. And Stephen said he's calling you stupid.
If
He's
he
calling you.
shot if he murdered somebody, he
Oh,
would have no
I don't.
support.
I don't want you to talk. I'm making a
If he shot
statement.
somebody who tried to murder
Stephen
him, he would have
said.
support.
Stephen said this. He's calling you stupid when he says I could shoot somebody in the middle of Fifth Avenue and not lose one voter. Stephen said he's calling you
Look at what
stupid.
he's done for the
And
country,
so
Todd.
shut up.
It doesn't
And
matter
so
what he
no,
says.
it doesn't
Look at
matter
his
what he said.
actions.
Shut
Look what
up,
he's done for
Stephen.
this
Can you
country.
make Stephen shut up so I can finish? Thank you. So Stephen said, I have to say this again so the audience will know he said this.
I
He's
said
calling you
10
stupid.
years ago. 10 years ago.
Stephen said he's calling you stupid when he says I could shoot somebody in the middle of Fifth Avenue and not lose vote. He's calling you
10
stupid.
years ago.
And so now when he says I'm going to release the Epstein files to see these crooked Democrats, I'm going to release it. First thing I'm going to do. And then he says, I'm not releasing it. Move on. That's because he knows
Okay.
how stupid you are and
All
you'll
right. Thank
fall
you.
for it.
Thank
He
you,
So
Todd.
was
now
We're out
told
of time.
not to
You all
release
have to
it.
stop. Okay. Thank you. You all have to stop. We're out of time.
Who told him? He's the
Okay. Stop.
The president is not ahead of this
Stop
world.
talking. Stop talking. Stop talking. We're out of time. I want to show comments from Chris C. It said, who is Nas? And then they said, isn't that how Stephen got here? How did your family get here? Question mark.
We came
from
through
the
legally.
famine.
We came through
From the
legally.
famine, the famine in Ireland, and they
We
came
came
over
through
and they
legally.
called them the new niggers.
If we
That's what they were
had
called. You can look that
diseases,
up.
they turned us away.
You can look that up. They were
If
called the
we were
new niggers.
criminally insane, they turned us
And they
away. We
took
didn't
their,
sneak into the
and
country
they
like
said they
Todd's
were
family
taking
did.
their jobs.
Okay,
They
thank
said
you.
they were taking
We're
their
out of
jobs.
time.
They became police officers and they hated them because they said they're taking our jobs and they're the new niggers.
Okay. To our first responders in our communities, you make our lives livable. Thank you, thank you, thank you. To the women and men of the U.S. military for all that you do in sacrificing your lives so that we are free to say whatever we choose on this show, we are forever indebted. On behalf of Keith, the constitutional conservative, Stephen, the independent thinker, I don't know where he went, and my cousin Todd.
Independent thinker. Sorry, Stacey. Somebody was knocking on my door this late at night. I said, "What was up?"
I'm Stacey Johnson. Let's keep this conversation going on
Keith.
Twitch. Excuse me, X, Twitch, YouTube. Please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Sporlitiks. Check us out on TikTok at Sporlitiks.com is our name on TikTok. Sporlitiks.com. Check us out on Instagram.
That horrible body.
Horrible.
Excuse me.
6'2", 190.
Excuse me. On Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter, on Stephanie Stallworth's The Flow Television Network. We will be off next week. No show next week.
Hold. Tell them to go somewhere. Tell them to leave us alone at 9 o'clock at night. They're trying to sell something. Who the hell comes at 9 o'clock at night?
Okay, who's
Tell
there?
them if they don't have cash to put in my hand, I don't want to see them. Sorry,
Steven,
guys.
I said, who's
Yes,
there
ma'am.
with you? I asked you earlier. You said no one was there with you. Now all of a sudden you're talking to someone.
You said my son there. I said no. I said I have a friend here with me, and they're going to go outside and find out who's trying to sell something to me at 9 o'clock at night. Things are getting desperate in this desperate side of town here.
He's got a friend over there.
I have lots of friends, Todd. I hope you do as well, man.
All right,
I'm
thank
not
you.
optimistic, but I
And
hope you
then,
have a lot of friends,
and
Todd.
he changed that little top so he won't. He thought he
I
was
changed the
being
top to
sexy.
match you, man.
No
I
show
changed the
next
top to
week.
match you.
No show next week. Good night.
Nighty night. Uh-oh. This is awful. I think the marriage is in trouble. There's trouble in
Yeah,
paradise.
I don't understand all that with Martin Luther King.
I know
and,
you don't understand what's going on in that house. Who's ringing that
You know
bell?
what? Martin Luther King used to be a hero of mine, but the more I find out about him, and there's a documentary coming out
Listen at
about him,
this
that guy was a
devil.
bad dude, man.
Listen at
Martin
this
Luther King
devil.
Jr. was a
But I
bad
mean,
dude.
I guess you look. I'm a Christian, and I have to say that when you have all the positive stuff about a man, why bring out all the negative stuff to destroy a
Because
man's
the negative
legacy?
stuff outshines anything that was positive about him. He was a
Listen at
communist
this
that
devil.
used Christianity, Keith. He
Okay,
used
that's not
Christianity
true.
to push communism, Keith. That's worse.
Oh,
That will get you
No,
to hell quicker than anything. He
yeah.
used Christianity. He
Shut up,
used
you
Christianity to
devil.
push
You are
communism,
the
Keith.
devil.
That's why it doesn't matter what
You're
we
the
think about
devil.
him, that he was a good guy. He was a
So
bad
anyway,
guy.
why
He
are
should,
you still supporting
every
Trump?
school, every street that's
Why
named
are
after
you
him should
still
be changed.
supporting
Nothing
Trump?
should say Martin Luther King
Why are
Jr.
you
on it
still
because he
supporting
was a
Trump
bad
when
man.
he
He was
just
an
hit you
intentionally a
and
bad
said,
man. He
I'm
had
going to go
orgies. He
after
hired
Epstein
hookers.
file?
He had
Look,
sex with men. He had
what?
sex with
What
men.
did Kurt
Martin
do?
Luther King was a
With men.
bad man. He
Listen at
wasn't
this
a good
devil.
guy. He was a
How would you
communist.
know?
He was
How
a
would you know?
communist
Does your
that
father
tried to
do the
overtake
men
this
he did?
country, and he
Was your
used
father one of the
Christianity.
men he made
He
love
used
to?
Christianity. That's what
Bye,
Martin Luther
Felicia.
King.
You hear
Okay,
this devil?
so Steven's comments are his own comments. They are not the comments of this show, Sporlitiks. He's saying that on his own. I don't know where he's getting it from, but
From the
I do
dark
not.
web?
I do not
Subscribe
agree
to
with it.
any of
I
that
do not agree with
nonsense.
it. I do not agree with it, and
And
Sporlitiks does not agree with what
all
Steven
Keith would say
said.
was woo, instead of saying, do not talk about him like that. That is untrue, unproven, and stop it. He can't control his boy toy.
No, Steven, you can't do that. You have no proof.
When the proof comes out, Stacey, I haven't been wrong yet, Stacey.
Oh,
I
shut
haven't
up,
been
devil.
wrong yet.
You
When I
have.
said years ago we're going back to the Redskins, I was right. When I said
We're
don't
not
take the
going back
jab,
to the
I was
Redskins.
right. When I said COVID was bullshit, I was right.
You were
I've been
wrong.
right.
You
So when I
crazy
say Martin Luther
monkey.
King Jr. is a piece of shit, you better listen to me because
Listen
I
at this
tell the
devil.
truth. I don't
Listen at this
lie.
devil.
Martin
How
Luther
would you
King
know?
was
How
trained.
would you know?
Okay, I'm not having that. You can't do that here.
And look at Steve. Look at Keith. Look at Keith.
All right.
This is what he
I
does
don't
when
agree with
somebody's
Steven.
talking about
The
this
show does not
Christian.
agree with. Okay, stop. I don't agree with Steven. The show doesn't agree with Steven.
And look
We
at
do
Steve,
not
Keith.
say that is not
I'm a
true.
coon.
Stop talking, Todd, over me. I'm saying I do not agree. That's not true. Steven is, I don't know what he's basing it on, but he has no platform here to say that about Martin Luther King. There will be no show next week. Have a good night. We'll see you the week after. Good night.
And Keith ought to be ashamed of himself.